Hi everybody, another short intro to the next video. It's on a fancier that up until yesterday I'd never met before. I'd heard about him, I'd seen his results ever since I was this big, 10-year-old, 12-year-old when I started in Pigeons, even younger than that. This guy is Derek Jones of Wrexham. National Flying Club winner, Midland National winner, Welsh National winner, and 42 times first sections in national racing. Sprinting alone, unbeknown to me at the time, I knew he was a good fancier national wise, and obviously I knew he'd held his own in Fed wise, in Fed racing. But from what I gathered and what he told me, sprinting wise, first 20 in the Fed, first 24 in the Fed in years gone by, and last year, or should I say this year, 2021, first 7 in the Fed. And we're not talking once, we're talking several times. Very, very knowledgeable fella. Enjoyed my chat with him very much. He gave me free rein of his lofts. I could go in, I could video what I wanted, but he would not be on film. Such is the humbleness and the private man that he is. He just didn't want it. He wouldn't even allow me to take a photograph of him. That's how this man is, which is fabulous for me to have him on board. He's declined other offers, and he's declined people even visiting to do him a loft report. So you'll see in the video the pigeons. Obviously it is me doing the talking. I don't get Eddie Bateman or Derek to do what I managed to get Pat Halliwell to do, which is to sit and chat and tell me about certain things, because they are just very, very private and they don't want any publicity, no fuss. But Derek were happy to give me free rein at Lofts. So I went into Lofts, I videoed the sections, some of the pigeons, and I showed maybe 3 or 4 of the youngsters what Derek is putting in his sale. And as with all my sales, fanciers tend not to put no more than 10 in, which is what I request, just to ensure they are at the very, very best. No frills, no bullshit required, good honest pigeons with top results. Again, Derek's not a pedigree man. His friend wrote the pedigrees out for him. Results wise, you'll see the fantastic, fabulous results, but again, not being able to fit them all on, they are a fraction of the results achieved, because he's not an accurate record keeper. And like a lot of the people I bring to auction, who I ask to come on board, I don't just take anyone who asks me to do an auction. I select fanciers that I really believe in and who I can trust to work with me. And Derek is definitely one of them. I'm over at Mung to have him on board. Results are phenomenal, pigeons are phenomenal, he's a very private man. So enjoy the next 20 minutes or so. Derek Jones of Wrexham. Outstanding man, outstanding pigeons. Right everybody, I've just made the trip from Eddie Bateman's at Birkenhead to Wrexham in Wales to see a fancier that I've known of since I was this big. Won National Flying Club, Midland National, Welsh National. He's had 42 National Section wins. And speaking to him prior to doing this, first 20 in the Fed, regularly tops the Fed. He's in a big club in Wrexham, and he's always, for generations, been there. I've come to see Derek Jones at Wrexham. We're going to look at some of the pigeons that Derek is kindly putting in the auction, which I believe is Derek's first auction. I think there's a lot of people who wanted to come and do loft reports on Derek, and he's the kind of person I like. He's not keen on publicity, which is why I'm stood here and not Derek. And his pigeons are fantastic. Again, not particularly interested in the fashionable pigeons, just good honest pigeons. And in fact, what I will tell you on that score is Derek was possibly the first man to bring the Gabby van der Beerley pigeons in 1984, I believe. So he's on the ball. His pigeons are fantastic and the results speak for themselves. So this auction of a select 10 from Derek's best will be something to look forward to. So we'll go through some of the pigeons, we'll have a look in the loft. Enjoy. Derek's just fetched me into his young bird loft, which is now housing his young cocks through the molt. On the floor, which I've just spoke to him about, is a mixture of sand and obios, which is hemp, stokes, wood shavings. Immunity must be absolutely A1. It's dry as a bone. It's a lovely environment, and he never has to use a scraper, which is something that I need to move on to with being short of time. So that's one section. There's a few box perches here, some poles, and again the same. And I would imagine a few boxes there for youngsters that pair up. And then plenty of fresh air coming in. You've got a lovely view over that field. It's a smashing loft, very bright and dry. We're in a Widowhood cock section now, actually, or stood at the door, which Derek's just said he put 10 cocks in here this year, into this small loft, and they've flown exceptionally well. Chuck some hens in on a Friday to them, and they've flown well. I must admit, this loft and the other one, it's what's on the floor is same as in the young bird loft, and it's perfect. The pigeons are in immaculate condition, and these have done well, Derek.
Yeah, I've done well, yeah.
Ten Widowhood cocks into, how big is that? 6 foot?
8 by 6.
8 by 6. And they've flown out the skins. We're up in the double-decker loft now, the top floor, which houses the main Widowhood cock sections. 2 sections in here. How many cocks roughly would you have in each section, Derek?
There's when begin at 16 in each section, beginning of the year.
16 in each section, and you said there used to be 4 sections in this loft, but you've made it easier for yourselves and used the end 2 now for the hens for each section, just to slide the doors open. Ventilation sliders in roof, are they shut all year round, or are they
open a bit?
Yeah. Yeah, obviously it's coming into autumn now, and probably keep a bit of draft out and damp, and they're shut too. Right, I'm just going to show you a few pigeons of Derek's that will be in his auction. As we've said when I've been at Eddie Bateman's, there's a strong connection between Derek and Eddie. They're very good friends, and they exchange pigeons. This youngster of Derek's is going to be in sale. Ring number is 21N 70083. It's a lovely checker hen. It's from his #1 stock pair, and the results in the pedigree of top national results, first federations, second federations, etc. It's a granddaughter of the Duke of Rutland, first section, first open Midland National Flying Club for Jares, against Big Birdage, and again pedigrees are like Eddie's, handwritten, full of top results. The blood within these pigeons is irrelevant to these fanciers because all they want is winners, and it's winners to winners. So from federation level sprinting to national level, these pigeons have got it all, just like Eddie Bateman's. And the fact that Derek has had 42 section wins at national level this year. They were telling me young birds, first 7 in the Fed. You know, it's just fantastic racing by people who don't really wish for publicity, but just enjoy racing. The exact kind of people that I want to work with. So this hen is 783, which is a lovely hen. Very similar stamp to Eddie Bateman's, and that's where the Duke of Rutland comes in with Eddie's as well. And this is a granddaughter of the national winner, and the parents have bred umpteen federation winners, so this is what you're after. This is the second young hen that Derek's passed to me. Another lovely checker hen. The sire to this one, I've just looked, has had 2 first section nationals, a second Fed, a third Fed I think, and I think a 6th and a 7th Fed. I may be wrong, I've put the pedigree back. The dam has won first section in the national as well. The sire is also grandsire to first federation winners. So just results, unbelievable results by good honest pigeon men with good honest pigeons. This hen is a lovely hen. I don't know much about eyes, as you know, but she's got a lovely golden eye, a full black ring round the pupil. Obviously the heavy in bolt, it's October time now, but they'll be through in time for the sale. What can you say really, they're just results based quality pigeons. She is a lovely hen. Right, we've got a lovely blue cock now that Derek's just given me. The sire to this pigeon has had first section 3rd national, first section 7th National Flying Club. 8,000 and odd pigeons. Derek says he was his first pigeon inland every week before he sent him to national, and he was 7th open, 8,500. He's also had, I think it's 2nd Fed, 6th Fed, 7th Fed as well, and the dam to this lovely young blue cock has also had first section 8th open national as well as Fed prizes. And the sire that was first section 7th open national is a multiple sire to winners and Fed winners as well. So again, the pedigrees are just results. They are proper pigeons with proper pedigrees from a true, honest gentleman at sport. Lovely. These are the 10 youngsters of Derek's that are going to be in his sale. Obviously you can see some of them are still malted. It's middle of October now, and as we've said, when I've handled the 3 that we've looked at already, they are really just class pigeons based on performance and performance only. They don't last very long here if they don't perform. That is a certainty. Some lovely pigeons. We're just in Derek's stock hens section where he winters his hens, and as you can see, these are more or less through the molt, in fantastic condition. I would hazard a guess and say that most of these have bred at least fed winners, Derek, would I be right?
Yes.
Yeah. And lots of them will have bred section winners in either the Midland National or National Flying Club, or even the Welsh National. If they hadn't, they wouldn't be here, I'm sure. Again, don't ask for breeds and strains. They're just winners to winners producing winners, and that's all anybody should really be interested in. These are Derek's stock cocks. What I've found with Derek's Lofts is fresh air is abundant, as you can see out through to the field there. Again, I would imagine Derek sires are multiple first feds and section winners in nationals and everything else, I would imagine, in here, yeah?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. You might not be able to see the best of them through this footage, but they are in very good condition, as you can see on the blue cock that I'm zooming in on. Fabulous. Best to best, winners to winners, Derek?
Yeah, that's it. So first home, first to go together.
Yeah, that's it. He was asked a while ago how does he get his young birds from channel races, because he does do very, very well with the young birds over at channel, and his answer was, I breed from the ones that come back. And that's it. Sounds very simple, but I think some people make it a little bit more difficult than it is.